I just mentioned it to the mayor, so he had a heads up.
Just be 1 second now, guys.
You can go right to his Dropbox. He should have it.
It's not always like this, guys. It's usually worse. You ready, Kathy? Ready? Deputy Mayor, you ready? Okay. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our regular council meeting of September the 12th, 2023. Call the meeting to order. Can we get the approval of the agenda for the September 12th, 2023 regular council meeting? Moved by Councillor O'Grady.
Before you complete that, we wanted to add an item under new business for
Okay.
repairs for the Yanmar V4 loader. Finally got the quotes finished today, so there's some requested repairs to be done for that. So,
Okay, so
Ian
before
can
we
bring
adopt-
forward the details, but we'd like
Yeah.
to add that to the agenda as we're adopting the agenda.
Okay.
Yeah, there's two.
Okay, so we're going to add the parts to the Yammer, and what's the other one? Okay, we'll add those two. Moved by Councillor O'Grady, seconded by Councillor Snow. Discussion? All in favor? Contrary minded, motion passed. And can we get the adoptions of the minutes of the regular council meeting of August the 15th, 2023? Moved by Deputy Mayor Slade, seconded by Councillor Seymour. Discussion? All in favor? Contrary minded, motion passed. Business arising from the minutes. Okay, we move on to proclamations, presentations, delegations. We have two here today. One is from the Royal Canadian Legion for Legion Week, September 17th to 23rd, and also a representative from the Candlelighter Childhood Cancer Awareness Month proclamation. And we'll proceed with those right now. And I'll read it, the proclamation, and we'll get a mover and a seconder for that. Whereas the Dominion Command of the Royal Canadian Legion has decreed that the week of 17th of September to the 23rd of September as Legion Week in Canada, and whereas the Royal Canadian Legion Branch 23, Carbonear, has decreed that the branch will hold special events during this week, and therefore Branch 23 asks the town of Carbonear to recognize the week of the 17th of September to the 23rd of September as Legion Week in Carbonear. Furthermore, Branch 23 Carbonear will host special events throughout the week and wishes to invite the citizens of Carbonear to visit the branch. Let it be known to all that Branch 23 will have an open house each day from Monday the 18th of September to Friday the 22nd of September from 1 to 4 p.m. and there will be a Legion member available to provide the history of the branch and to conduct tours of the building. Plus, the branch will host evening information sessions on Monday, the 18th of September, for the 589 Carbonear Air Cadet Squadron, Tuesday, the 19th of September, for the 2615 Victoria Army Cadet Corps, and Thursday, the 21st of September, for the general public. These sessions will be from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Furthermore, Branch 23, 589 Air Cadet Squadron, and 2615 Air Cadet Corps will be hosting information booths at the TC Mall on Saturday, the 23rd of September, and the public is encouraged to visit these booths. I so by move that this motion be adopted. Moved by Deputy Mayor Slade, seconded by Councillor Noel. Discussion? All in favour? Contrary, motion passed. So we'll now have the signing of this proclamation with the members of the Royal Canadian Legion present, and then we'll get a little photo op, and you guys can stay if you want to for the rest of the meeting, or you can disperse. So we'll get our picture down here, I guess. Yeah, because it's going to be too much of a background here. You got a copy of the proclamation?
Yep.
Yeah.
Which way you want to go with it here?
I think Carrie will come in here and they can all stand behind. Yes.
So you can sit and stand.
Well, the mayor will sit in the middle.
Yeah. I was going to get this the road, just move down around just so that you can get that in the picture. Yeah.
Turn around the other way.
This old fella.
Alright, so now you can move in together. Don't worry about blocking the banner, don't worry about that.
We got our sign down on the floor here.
Yeah, I'll get it from here. So you guys can move in together. Get cozy. Alright, let's see. What? Alright, ready? 1, 2, cheese, okay. On the count of 3, cheese. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Perfect.
Got everybody?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll leave that there for the next one.
We got another proclamation. Thanks, guys. Mr. Mayor? I don't know, I think you know the years. We'll try to get them to stay for the candlelighter one as well now. Childhood. What's that? Yeah.
Get councillors to take their seat.
All right, councillors, if you want to take your seats. Deputy Mayor Slade. Yep. Okay. Have a seat there, Deputy Mayor. We're going to proceed now with our second proclamation. And yeah. Yeah. So don't go talking too much there. Yeah. Okay, before I read out the proclamation, I'll read out a little statement that they asked me to read from the Candlelighters. The primary aim of the Candlelighter Association of Newfoundland and Labrador is to support goal is to be a support group whose goal is to provide the families of children diagnosed with cancer with information, emotional support, and unique understanding. In keeping with this aim, Candlelighters provide emotional, peer support for families as the need is identified at diagnosis, before surgery, during hospitalization, upon release, in times of crisis, as death approaches, during bereavement, as well as when a child finds their program of treatment and continues to progress with a normal life. Candlelighters parents care in the unique way only parents with other cancer patients can. Some of the services Candlelighters Newfoundland offers its families are annual Christmas parties, special events, online support, food cupboard for the Janeway, scholarships, support packages, birthday club, bereavement support, and childhood cancer awareness events. I will now read the proclamation. Proclamation, Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, September 2023. Whereas there are about 10,000 children living with cancer in Canada today, and whereas each year about 1,600 cases are diagnosed, with over 25 of which are children in Newfoundland and Labrador. Whereas in Canada, childhood cancer remains responsible for more deaths from 1 year through adolescence than any other disease. Whereas about 1 in 4 children who are diagnosed with cancer will die of this disease. Whereas because of significant advances in therapy, 78% of children diagnosed with cancer will survive 5 years or more, an increase of almost 46% since the early 1960s. Whereas childhood cancer has close to a 75% cure rate, with leukemia leading the success charge with close to 90% of overall cure rate. Now, therefore, I, Frank Butt, on behalf of the town of Carbonear, do hereby proclaim September 2023 as Childhood Cancer Awareness Month in the town of Carbonear. Frank Butt, Mayor. So we're going to ask for a motion to move by Deputy Mayor Slade, seconded by Councillor Snow. Discussion? All in favour? Contrary-minded, motion passed. So now we will sign this proclamation as well, and we'll ask Nathan to come on up to the back there, I guess, and we'll do the same thing we did as with the Royal Canadian Legion. And Linda, you can come up if you want to.
Can you let me know where's this place?
that's right. He wants to. Okay, we'll move on now to number 6, permits and correspondence. Oh, I didn't look at these.
If everybody wants to take a look at slide number 5 on their Dropbox, I don't think that there's any conflicts there. Make a motion to approve permit listing 10-337 to 10-366, omitting a void at 10-359.
Moved by Councillor Dahl, seconded by Councillor Snow. Discussion? All in favor? Contrary minded, motion passed. All right. We'll move on to 6.2, correspondence requiring council's decision. Are we going to do this now? Or you want to wait till? Councillor Snow. Deputy Mayor Slade, do you want to take care of those, or that one there in number A, letter A? At this time?
Be resolved. Your cough's pretty good. Okay, Mr. Mayor, be it resolved to approve change order 5, Water Street, Phase 2, Part B, 17-G1-21-00075 for Black Diamond Construction in the amount of $10,899.8830. Something wrong with that?
Leave it to 30.
What's going on with it? 88? Too many numbers. 10,899.88. And I so move, Mr. Mayor.
Moved by Deputy Mayor Slade, seconded by Councillor Seymour. Discussion?
What does, I just want clarification on what why actual quantities is there? Were the wrong quantities ordered, or what does it say, actual quantities?
The quantities as they were uncovered during construction in the field differ from what was estimated during the tender, or prior to the tender call.
Okay, thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded, motion passed.
Is that the only one you want, Mr. Mayor?
All right, go with B.
Okay,
That's the engineering for the structural design.
okay. Next motion, Mr. Mayor, I need is resolve to contract Stark Engineering for professional engineering design services for a structural protection system for the core build vault cellars located at 193 Water Street for the quote price of $4,200 plus HST, and I so move.
Moved by Deputy Mayor Slade, seconded by Councillor O'Grady. Discussion? All in favor? Contrary minded, motion passed. Thank you. We'll move on to 6.3, correspondence received and action taken. Okay, we'll move on now to number 7, committee reports, administration and finance. Councillor O'Grady.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The finance minutes are number 6 there in your Dropbox. Just a few things, a few motions to bring to your attention here. So the records management policy, we did just a slight addendum to that one. So we have to adopt those policies as revised. So the motion is resolved to adopt the revised records management policy A.12 as presented to council.
Moved by Councillor O'Grady, seconded by Councillor Doyle. Discussion? All in favour? Contrary minded, motion passed.
Yeah, also, Mr. Mayor, we, I guess, also, revise the condolence. We have a condolence, kind of a hospitalization policy for staff and family that been on, around for years, so we got it more formalized. So it's in your Dropbox as well. That's if, I guess, someone gets sick, or will, an employee or a family member will, send them maybe a fruit basket in the hospital or a card. And same with if someone happens to pass away, we'll send flowers or a card. So the policy is also there in your Dropbox. So it's resolved to adopt the condolence/hospitalization policy A.37 as presented to council.
Moved by Councillor O'Grady, seconded by Councillor Doyle. Discussion? All in favour? Contrary minded, motion passed.
Just a quick little update, I guess, on the tax collection and property taxes. Now we've got 89% collected. Water and sewer is at 83% collected, and the business tax is at 93% collected. So the collection continues to go on there, and I guess a little bit later in the year there will be some more possibly tax sales based on arrears. The only other item I guess we'll mention, looks like we may have an agreement for the sale of the Banker's Pub, so we'll give more information on that once that's been formalised over the next few days, hopefully. So, other than that, anybody got any questions?
Any questions for Councillor O'Grady? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
All right, move on to economic development, planning and land use development. Councillor Doyle.
If you want to take a look at slide number 7 in your Dropbox, we met on September the 7th. As per, I guess, the routine of the process of, I guess, how we do things when things aren't compliant with their town policies. We have a couple of orders that have been delivered for businesses that are operating without a permit. Under development applications, we have a couple of motions that are going to be forthcoming. Under correspondence, we had just an inquiry about setting up on town facilities. And if you're setting up on town facilities, you do need to have a conversation with the town to find out if a permit is required. Say, for example, if you have an event at Patty's Garden and there's food vendors coming in, then there is a permit process for that. And there are other situations where insurance and additional insurance may be, needed to be secured to make sure that you're operating, under the proper protocols for the town. Under economic development, the Harvest Festival is coming up from October 1st to November 1st. The schedule is going to be released the third week of September, and we have some forthcoming business spotlights that are going to be coming up, particularly because Small Business Week, of course, is coming up in October. And we will also be having our Fall Multiculturalism Walk will be forthcoming in October. So our resolutions, be it resolved to approve the following applications in accordance with applications submitted, the Town of Carbonear Municipal Plan and development regulations and other conditions as specified. A child care business at 10 Quarters Lane, conditional upon no objections to the discretionary notice and further conditional upon coming back to council for further review if there are objections to the discretionary notice. Number 2, an interior renovation at 22 Goff Avenue, conditional upon receipt of approval from Service NL and other applicable government departments and agencies. And number 3, a new business, production of leather goods, upholstery, and repair at 244 Water Street, conditional upon receipt of approval from Service NL and other applicable government departments and agencies.
Moved by Councillor Doyle, seconded by Councillor O'Grady. Discussion? All in favour? Contrary minded, motion passed.
Resolution number 2, resolve to approve the application for a new pool and deck at 117 Forest Road in accordance with the application submitted and the Town of Carbonear Municipal Plan and Development Regulations and other applicable regulations, and be it further resolved to refuse the application to construct a fence at 117 Forest Road per the application submitted, as the fence proposed is not in compliance with the Town of Carbonear fence regulations.
Moved by Councillor Doyle, seconded by Councillor Seymour. Discussion? All in favour? Contrary minded, motion passed.
And that was it for us. Just the bi-weekly reminder to check with the town office before you build fences or greenhouses or garages or anything, to make sure that you're in compliance with not only the town's regulations, but sometimes it often involves provincial regulations if road reservations, etc., are involved.
Any questions for Councillor Doyle? Go ahead, Councillor Noel.
Yeah, I had a question about piece of correspondence there in 3A about a business being invited. I don't think that's totally accurate, but I do believe there was. I'm somewhat familiar with some of how this sort of played itself out, but I think that to keep this from being complicated in the future, this should go through the recreation director, not through a volunteer softball association who is really not familiar with these protocols. And it makes it seem like there was some stuff that happened there that really, that could be directed to the director.
And that
it's not fair to put these volunteer organizations in these situations where they have to defend the actions of somebody else. So I feel it needs to be more discussion on this one.
And that was kind of the conversation that we had with development, just that that anybody who is coming in on town facilities to use it for their own business purposes need to go through the same process that, say, a hot dog stand or a French fry stand, you know what I mean? Because there needs to be information found out if there's sufficient insurance and, all that kind of stuff. So I think it's just you only learn about these things sometimes as they happen. So I agree. I think there needs to be a further conversation held with the recreation director and probably to let our volunteer organizations know as well who utilize our facilities, because, if we don't, if they don't know the process involved, then they wouldn't know that there would need to be a permit required either.
Just sort of like, I know volunteers are very difficult to come by this day and age. And when we get this kind of stuff coming up, when people are trying to do their best to provide programming for the municipality, I think this really shouldn't make it to where it is right now. And it is a recreation. I don't remember seeing it come to the recreation agenda. But anyway, as long as we know how to deal with it a little bit, I'll say, I don't know if softer is the right word, but the recreation involved a little more actively to prevent these groups from having to deal with this.
I think it came through development because of the permit issue. Like, you would need a business permit, you know what I mean? So I assume similar to the French fry stands and the hot dog stands, that's how it ended up in development, because you need a permit to do it.
From my understanding, this was not an invitation. I just want to clarify that. You probably got more detail than what I do, but I frequent the facility in there. I did hear some asides going on about it, which was unfortunate, but it was an offer. Could they do it? They were never invited. It was someone suggested during a softball tournament, this is a service we can provide to the teams, to the local team, to the visiting team, to the parents, and then there was a quick discussion held within that organization. Obviously, they probably should have went to the recreation director, but again, there the wording of that makes it like someone went looking for one individual company over another one. From my understanding, that did not happen.
CEO?
And yeah, then just to point out, this was just, I guess, a concern that was expressed by, I guess, another company in the town. And I mean, when the committee reviewed this, there was certainly no discussion or anything against the volunteer organization
No.
itself. That's not what it was, you know, there was no reference to that.
The
at all. It's
only
just we'd
conversation-
follow up further and just make sure in future that, you know, anybody that wanted to, you know, put a business or a vendor go on the facilities, they would just have to go through a process and we'd just follow up. But,
Yeah,
you
I
know,
just
there was never, you know.
No, I'm just a little bit concerned that
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
something made out
No.
of something
No.
so
No,
innocent.
The only,
Yes.
the only conversation at development was over the permitting and
Yes.
slash insurance, you know,
Yes.
concerns that,
Yeah.
you know, we would have as a municipality, like God forbid if something happened, you know, and they didn't have a permit, then, you know, it comes back here again. So, yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
Okay,
And that was it for us.
okay, thank you. We'll move on to recreation, special events, culture, and tourism. Councillor Seymour.
Hey, as always, we got a few things on the list here. We got our scoreboards and everything. I think the finishes, touchers and everything is being put on them. Basketball tournament and everything, I think we had 14 teams that went over well. Staff renovations in there in the pool and everything, has been advertised for it's been out there, yes. So I wasn't sure on that one because I had looked at Cynthia and see if it was out. The renovations for the, is it advertised out there yet? Okay, and Willoughby Playground and everything, the poles and everything is installed for the guards of traffic and everything control for coming down. Paddy's Garden, Rocket Garden and everything, I can't comment too much on it. I know we had a good crowd, but I think the recreation director and everything will make some mention in the next regular meeting we have. There's one thing I do have to mention though, throughout everything else, we had a young man from Carbonear who entered in the 2020-23 under 18 men's nationals. He went there and openly did well, and we send him off with a great thank you. Seeing he's from Carbonear and a good young athlete. Knowing we got some good ones still coming out of Carbonear is great to know. And other than that, you can see everything else is on my list. And if there's any questions on it, you can feel free to ask. I can try my best to answer them without the recreation director here and so on. But thank you.
Any questions for Councillor Seymour?
I do. Under A, under Patty's Garden, blinds, that was a request to special events that the blinds be installed in the bathroom. And then, I don't know how it got changed to the sticky tack to be used on the windows instead. The sticky tack is fine as long as the windows are closed in the bathroom. But if you go into the bathroom and you use the bathroom and the window is up because it's often hot in that building, then it's all open to the back again. So it was noticed that night. So of course, could there please be, there was a request for blinds and there was also a request for a mirror for that washroom and that's still not there. So if that could just be referred back to committee to be followed up on. Just, you know, when you have performers that are in there, they often want to check
What
the
area?
mirror before they go out.
What area did you say?
The stage, the bathroom in Patty's Garden.
Okay.
Yeah,
On
the stage.
I'll make sure that is
Mirror
mentioned on the next
and
recreation
blinds.
committee.
Any further questions for Councillor Seymour? Councillor?
I noticed last night when I went in past the basketball courts that it was dark, but the lights were out, so the kids were there. They must have got older kids or their parents to put lights on from their vehicles while they played basketball. I don't know if they're set on some type of timer or if something activates them, if probably could get them on a little early from. I know the kids are back in school now, we'd probably like to see them home doing their homework, but it's going to get darker earlier and earlier, and you know, probably.
Sometimes they're on all night, actually. I see them from the house. Yeah, sometimes.
They're actually,
That's okay.
they're actually supposed to be on a timer.
Yeah, so I don't know if you need to adjust it down, you know, a bit earlier. If something could be, if we could have a look at it, it'd be, I'm sure those kids playing basketball would certainly appreciate it.
Sure they would. Thank you, sir. Move on now to 7D, Public Works, Waste Management, and Community Services.
Mr. Mayor,
Deputy Mayor Slade.
Of course, we can all go through the last copy of the minutes for Public Works. anything you, any questions you might have, feel free to ask the question. If I can't give it to you, I'm pretty sure our Public Works Director can, or the Town Administrator. Out of it came a few things. I got a resolution here. Be it resolved to approve change order 4, Water Street Phase 2, Part B, 17-G1-21-00. No, I'm after already doing that one, sorry. That's another, oh no, that is another one. Okay, 17-G1-21-0075 for Black Diamond Construction in the amount of $104,721.30 for extra quantities, and I so do move.
Moved by Deputy Mayor Slade, seconded by Councillor Noel. Discussion? All in favor? Contrary minded, motion passed.
Resolution 2, be it resolved to approve change order 1, Water Street, Water, Sewer, and Street Upgrading Phase 2, Part A, 17-G1-21-00075 for Harrison Associates in the amount of $7,535.38 for extra contract administration time due to removal of soil and supervision time. And I so move.
Moved by Deputy Mayor Slade, seconded by Councillor Seymour. Discussion? All in favor? Contrary minded, motion passed.
Resolution 3, be it resolved to approve change order 2, Adelaide Street, pardon? Sorry.
Councillor Snow always declares conflict on that because he has a sister.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, Resolution 3, be it resolved to approve change order 2, Adelaide Street, Phase 1, 17-MYCW-22-00030 for Cougar Engineering and Construction in an amount of $84,193.08 for additional quantities. And I so move.
Moved by Deputy Mayor Slade, seconded by Councillor O'Grady. Discussion? All in favor? Contrary minded, motion passed.
Resolution 4, resolve to approve the cost of $2,800 plus HST from Pennycon Technical Services to complete testing and inspection for 2 overhead cranes at the town depot, and I so move.
Moved by Deputy Mayor Slade, seconded by Councillor Snow. Discussion? All in favor? Contrary minded, motion passed.
The other 2, Mr. Mayor, is ones that was added to the agenda. Whereas a pump has failed on the Yanmar V4 loader, and whereas the cost to replace the pump is $22,215.85, including HST, be it resolved to approve the purchase of to Atlantic Powertrain and Equipment, Inc., to replace the failed pump, and I so move.
Moved by Deputy Mayor Slade, seconded by Councillor Snow. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded, motion passed.
And whereas the tracks on the Yanmar 100 excavators are in need of replacement, and whereas the cost to replace is $4,800 plus HST per track, plus shipping, be it resolved to order new track from Proval Parts Limited for $9,600 plus HST plus the cost of shipping. And I so move.
Moved by Deputy Mayor Slade, seconded by Councillor Noel. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded, motion passed.
And Mr. Mayor, that's the end of my report.
Any questions for the Deputy Mayor? Thank you, sir.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Sorry, I was trying to find my Dropbox. I had kind of a question and then just a comment. I'm really happy to see that we're actually like tracking down some of the civic numberings, like starting with the streets to see who doesn't have civic numbers up, because I think it's really important. I think we also need to do a little bit of more promotion on our town social media, reminding residents that they should have a number very distinctly on their house so that people can, or like emergency services in particular, could to like locate them in case of an emergency. And I just went back through the minutes concerning the buildings that are up for demolition on Water Street. It said that it was, hold on now, it's a number 2. I'm in the wrong one again. Sorry. On my spot. If there's not a schedule for removal, the next step should be taken. So that we don't have to vote on that. That just goes to the next step automatically as per our processes. Okay, I just wanted to double check on that. Okay.
The order has been made already.
Pardon?
The order has been done. Like,
The order is
it's already
done.
delivered for some time now.
Okay, thank you.
No further questions or comments? Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
All right, move on to number 9, finances, operating invoices over $2,000. Councillor O'Grady.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. You got the invoice listing. It's in your Dropbox. Resolved to approve, okay, resolved to approve operating invoices over $2,000 in the amount of $117,013.06.
Moved by Councillor O'Grady, seconded by Councillor Noel. Discussion? I see part of it is for the track consulting master plan. Is that released yet, or have they?
Those progress payments.
Okay. Is that finished yet? Or where do you do with that on there? The master plan, recreational master plan. No, it's not. We haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I think they got the draft pretty well done, but I don't think they released the final report.
Okay. Okay. Moved by Councillor O'Grady, seconded by Councillor Noel, I think it was. Discussion, all in favor? Contrary minded, motion passed.
Okay, Mr. Mayor, we also have some capital invoices.
There may be some conflicts there in the
Yes,
capital.
that's right. I think the first couple are okay. So the first capital invoice is for the Powell Drive upgrading Phase 2. Invoice from Concord Paving, claim number 3, $339,903.83.
Moved by Councillor.
Okay.
Okay.
I got another one there for everyone to do this.
Okay, go
Yeah,
ahead.
another one there for Concord Paving for the 2022 paving. Claim number 1 for $275,922.72.
Okay, moved by,
You can do the Water Street.
And I'll do Water Street Phase 2, Part A, Black Diamond Construction, claim number 4CS for $181,459.46.
moved by Councillor O'Grady, seconded by Councillor Snow. Discussion? All in favor? Contrary minded, motion passed.
So the next one is Adelaide Street Phase 1. So I think we've got
So
a,
Councillor Snow, are you
Councillor
stepping
Snow.
up for that one? Adelaide Street.
also Valley Road Phase 3. Okay, you're going to step out for that one anyway.
We just do
Right,
the
so
one.
Adelaide Street Phase 1. These 3 invoices from Cougar Engineering and Construction Limited. Claim number 3 in the amount of $218,451.32. Claim number 4, $136,724.95. And claim number 5, $104,296.96.
Moved by Councillor O'Grady, seconded by Councillor Noel. Discussion? All in favor?
All right.
Contrary minded, motion passed.
So the last one is Valley Road Phase 3. I'm not sure
Peter,
who was
come
in the
back now.
conflict.
Peter can come, Councillor Snow can come back. Councillor Noel's gone. I think I got to go too, have I?
That's the one, that's the phase 3, that's the one that's completed.
With the dips into it?
Yeah.
And on that one, I'm in conflict on that one, don't I? Town clerk, am I in conflict on that one? I don't think I am. That's- No, that's,
Number 4 is the one, is
Yeah.
your time.
yeah,
No, that's not included.
okay.
Are we good?
We're good.
Okay, so Valley Road Phase 3, Concord Paving Limited, invoice number 18428 in the amount of $26,040.60.
Moved by Councillor O'Grady, seconded by Deputy Mayor Slade. Discussion? All in favor?
All right.
Contrary minded, motion passed. Come on
That's it-
back there,
that's it, Mr.
Councillor.
Mayor.
No. Deputy Mayor Slade. Okay. We have a notice of motion there. That's for next meeting. You gotta read that out now, or?
Yeah, you're supposed to identify.
Okay. Deputy Mayor, you want to read your notice of motion out, or would you? You got it there in front of you? Okay.
Following notice of motion. Good job, Gary. The following notice of motion was presented to be voted on at the next scheduled regular council meeting. I am the mover, Deputy Mayor Slade, seconder by Councillor Knoll. Resolved to approve the amendments to the water and sewer system regulations as they recommended by Public Works, Waste Management, and Community Service Committee, and distributed to council. That's the motion, sir, that will be coming forward at the next regular council meeting.
Thank you. All right, we'll move on now to, we're almost there, guys. Just wanted to know, I attended the UMC meetings out in Bonavista Vista on the weekend of August the 18th to the 19th. Much discussion on housing issues. Carbonear is not alone in the housing shortage. As well, we discussed the time frame of from the time we request money from the federal government and to the time that we get approval. Sometimes it seems to be a longer time, but I think we're doing pretty good here in Carbonear, but some communities had a long period of time in getting approval. And also last week I attended the announcement at the Carbonear General Hospital for the total hip and knee replacement program at the Carbonear General Hospital, and that's good for the town of Carbonear, as well as good for the CBN area, and also for the Avalon, because it takes in a lot of people from away. You were going to say something, Deputy Mayor?
No, I wasn't actually.
I thought you were.
Mr. Mayor, but if you insist, Mr. Mayor, I have to say, Luke, I mean, to see that those surgeries, being done in Carbonear is once again an improvement to the healthcare system. I'm sure lots of people be very relieved that they're able to get that type of surgery in Carbonear.
Yeah.
So I'm pleased with the announcement.
I did have a little tour of the facility there where they prepped to work for this. All these little devices and that. They had little suitcases there all set up there, and if your knee is a certain size, you can get 1, 2, or 3, or 4, whatever it is, and it's pretty impressive. But it takes a lot of work, especially when the water goes down over there for the sterilization part of it. It really throws a loop into it. So hopefully we're over that. But they did go through the process of how they get it clean and all that too as well. And our next council meeting is the 26th of September. Is that correct? Moved by Deputy Mayor Slade, second by Councillor Knoll. This meeting is adjourned.